Hello everybody, this is Leela and Caramel. Um, Today I'm going to do, I'll show my dolls because they're dressed for Wednesday, but I didn't get to it, pain and tired, and I was very exhausted anyways yesterday. Today I still look tired, um, but I'm also here to talk about my chronic illness and what I have to deal with almost every day. Um, so yeah, I'll start. I'll start showing the dolls first, and then talk about that. Okay, because they're already dressed for for Wilderness Wednesday. So yeah, he's cute. He's blue, blue pants that looks like jeans, and then he has a top with acorns that have orange and black and blue and black tops, and then it has like white leaves, and that's a great gray shirt with also dark blue on around the neck part. Yeah.
Wow.
Then I have that was Malu, Melita. She has this dress, and that I think it's just, yeah, it's been it was too big before, so I kind of sewn it to fit. So I sewn it to fit her better, fit the newborns better, and yeah, that really does look good on her. And under that she has like a t-shirt, and I'm not sure if yeah, this dress has been also here. I must have had a onesie thing under. There might have been a onesie with this, but I don't like them like that. And then it's another green. It's a lighter green. It looks yellowish on here, but it's green. Yeah, okay. It shows a bit on the side that it's a green. Let's see if I can move this up. It's a lighter green. Looks a bit yellowish, and it's not. It doesn't look like that color at all. Oh, it's coming in a little bit. Anyways, and white dots too. So I decided that would work with the dress, and it has the birds on it. So yeah, flamingos. That's right. And it has like hearts and stuff. It would work for Valentine's Day. And then I have my doll girls, Princess Prancy, wearing the skirt that I actually made. Actually made this for her. Well, for the girls, and she's wearing a top with a dog on it, and yeah, and this has a flower, like with different colors on it, like browns and stuff. And yeah, she's barefoot, so I don't have anything on her feet. And then I have Lily, which is wearing her top with a giraffe on it. It says cute but wild. And she has some black pants with flowers on it, and she has socks that has a black and white on it, black and white socks. They're lined with black and white. And then I got the Yuri, my newborn. Whoops. Yuri, my newborn. And you've seen her wear this too. Her hair was a bit of a mess. Yeah, this dress before. All I did with it, what I changed about this dress, because I didn't like, again, the same thing as I sewn. I don't like the onesie dress. I like it the way it is like this. And then she has her onesie under that protects her body. And yeah, she's wearing this dress. And yeah, this one does not have any animals on it. Oh yeah, it does. It has a giraffe on it too. I have two outfits with a giraffe, so. I'm gonna go put her down again. And then I'm gonna get Quinn. Quinn fell on the floor. I'm just gonna put Quinn back in her outfit. Yeah, she fell on the floor. Poor Quinn. Okay. So this is Quinn, and she's wearing pink today. She's all in pink, and she has like roses on her top and other flowers. A mix of roses and other flowers. And then on her on the sweater, or the cardigan, has a little bear on it. So, and also this is very big on her, and it's a 0 to 3. Bears on her feet, so it's very cute. She has big feet. She can wear a size 1 in shoes, and maybe size 1 or 2. I have to check that out. Yeah, newborn's too small for her feet, but she's between newborn and 0 to 3, so that's why some of the clothes don't fit her that well. She's in between those.
Oh, I have a poison chance.
Malachi is not down here. He's upstairs in the bedroom, and he's wearing a sleeper. So yeah, I dressed them last night, except for Malachi. Okay, living with chronic illness. Well, myself, living with chronic illness. I'm trying to fix the light. So okay, so I have had chronic illness most of my life. Just didn't know or see it as that bad or whatever. Except when I had cancer. So, but anyways, when I was a little girl, I lived in the country, so I was outside most of the time. I like to run around and do stuff. And there are times that I got this really bad pain in my back, like really. And I might have talked about this before in another video in the past, like a while back. I'm not sure. I might not have everybody that heard it. Anyways, I'd get these really bad back pain. It's like a pounding pain in my back. I'd lay down on the ground, and where I lived in the country, it was gravel and there were stones and dirt and stuff like that. So I'd lay down on the ground because it was so painful, and stay there until the pain would go away. And it would go away. It didn't stay that long, and then I'd keep continuing what I was doing. And it would happen very so often that I didn't know what was going on. I don't think we ever spoken to my mom or anybody about it. But then, yeah, I went to school like everybody else. And in grade 3, I was 9.5. When I was 9.5, I got leukemia.
It takes so much damage because they don't have the proper weapon.
It's acute myeloid leukemia. Myeloid. So it's blood.
Let me go back to my tank.
Yeah, it attacks the blood, and what happens is my red cells sees my white cells as bad, so they destroy them. And I didn't have any way to, if I was to get sick, I didn't have any way to heal from that or get better. It could last and last and last. So they tried chemo was one of them, and during that time I was in the hospital. Like I was in hospital for 13 months. So they tried chemo, but I was very sick. Well, chemo does make you sick, but I was in the hospital, and I'm always in the hospital, and I was really sick all the time. There was days that I was good, I was having a good time, and there was days I was so sick. I didn't care. I felt cold, freezing cold, and my hands would be shivering, and my body would be shivering cold. there are days, yeah, I was also, what you call, um, I had my own room. Like, I couldn't be around other people because if they were sick with anything, I could get it. I could catch it. So my family, a quarantine, that's right, I was in quarantine. My family had to wear gowns and masks and stuff because my cancer was that bad, and so I wouldn't catch anything from them either. So yeah, um, so I was in
Very
quarantine
healthy.
for a long time. Um, so
Yeah, you wasn't
it
supposed
got me depressed too, to the point where I wanted to
Sadly,
get out. I
it's
wanted
a
to go
sore in
home. I wanted to get
the
out.
spirit.
So they did
Flesh
a
stuff.
um, uh, they gave me that they told me that I wanted to go out for like walking out of the room and stuff like that, and so they said, well,
Yeah, it does.
we'll can't remember the word I'm trying to say here. That's the blockish thing that I have issue. Okay, well, they
The
gave me the
overlisteners.
choice. I could go out when everybody's in bed. They would send. I was allowed to go to the main floor because there was not many people then in the hospital awake at that time of night. And I would just walk a little bit because I didn't have strength. I was very weak, so I would just walk a little bit. They had a wheelchair
You get up there.
behind me just in case, and I would end
Or
up in
you
the
can
wheelchair
just
most of
jump
the time
really high
anyways,
up. There
and
you
they would
go.
just roll me around there. It
You
helped
should
a
know
little
it.
bit, but you're still
Does
like
not feel.
in the hospital. You can look at his four walls, and you're in that room.
Second, like, you go
No
out
one
forward, you're
there,
not
so it
all
really
this shit
gets
coming from
hard.
there.
I know I made really good friends in the hospital. I
I
actually
mean, you go that
had
way.
a friend who's had cystic
Just don't go.
fibrosis.
There's a ledge up
Um,
there.
that what
Go
became
up
my really close friend in the hospital. That's when I got a lot better and I wasn't able to come out of my room more.
there. You should get your doctor.
And she died. And well, when I got older, I
You
mean,
get
when I
take
like
it there.
wasn't sick anymore. I mean, I went to her funeral and she died about that time when I wasn't sick anymore. And then anyway, so chemo did not work. So they did radiation from head to toe because since I had leukemia, which is in the blood, they wanted to destroy all the cells that were there to get rid of
No, it's
leukemia,
even shorter
the
than
sickness. Anyways, it ended up attacking my liver.
The skip gets you
That
further.
I think it was
That
during
skill
that
is just
time, and I
really
got
small.
bloated. My eyes were yellow, and I was big and rounded, and yeah, actually during my cancer too,
I'm
I
waiting for
couldn't
it.
eat any food because my tongue was had something like bacteria or something like that. So just imagine not eating for 13 months. Just saying. Anyways, um, so yeah, that didn't work either. And the doctors were almost out of options. They said to my family to prepare for my um, death in case that would happen. So my grandfather got everything prepared, and so they tried um, marrow, bone marrow transplant. But you have to find a match because if you don't have a match, then you can't
No whistlers.
you can't use that. So what happened is my sister was the closest match to me.
But that
So
did
they,
so
they
little
took my
damage.
youngest sister actually. She didn't want to do it. She was very but they said that's to save my life. I think she accepted after, but she
Everything's beginning with
wasn't
a crossbow,
happy with
by
it.
the way.
So they did bone marrow transplant, and the first thing that happened is my body rejected hers. So they
Yeah,
didn't
you're
think
down.
that I would survive it because there was nothing else they could do. But at some point, my body just turned around and accepted her bone marrow, and then I started getting better. Started getting better. So yeah, like it just said tells you that you never know what can happen in life. So I got that, but um, then I started around that time too. I started having
Can you
really,
teleport
really,
back to me?
really bad. Um, oh yeah, also I went to the radiation. It was 3 days.
That's why it's loading.
My grandfather told me that he wished he never had come right after I had done my radiation because he said
You
I
ready?
looked like death,
It's up ahead.
and it it scared him, like, to see me like that. Anyways, he loved me very much, not that. But anyways, where I was. So after that, I started having really, really bad belly pains, like really bad belly pains. And I think I got my operation, I don't know if it was 12 or 13. So I started getting a small intestinal obstructions. And that was because of the radiation. Also, it damaged my eyesight. So I had to get glasses. I didn't have glasses when I was younger. I could see well. It gave me, it's called childhood, like a trauma, childhood cataracts. So I got that. So now I have to wear glasses. I used to do just for reading and stuff. Now they want me to use it all the time because they said my eyes got worse. So now I'm using these glasses all the time.
Oh, that's the mission I have to do now. I'm going to help you out first.
Yeah, there was doctors that told me that I might not be able to get pregnant. Some doctors thought me that I didn't see why I couldn't. So it was a 50-50 chance of me getting pregnant or having kids. Well, I've had 3 kids. One that passed away, and then I have 2 that are living. So my oldest son, which is living, is now 18. But all my kids were premature because my body could not hold them for that long. My body was too weak for that. So yeah, I did get them, but I got Taylor when I was in nursing school, I think, or yeah, I was in nursing school. So before that, yeah, I was going through the intestinal issues most of my life. Anyways, so I was in school, it's nursing. I was doing nursing school, and I had Taylor then, so I was still going to school and everything, and I worked out a way to get Taylor a babysitter while I went to school, and I couldn't complete it because I started having really bad pain, and going into the hospital having an operation, a second operation, and then yeah, then I couldn't continue. I went to ask if I could go back. They said no, you can't go back. It's the end of the year and everybody's done, so I can go back. So I tried the year after. It was even worse. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have and pain all the time, pain. I was tired all the time, like from 12 and up. I had so much pain. I was tired all the time, and like my body was um exhausted all the time. I just did a stage, you call it in French, I'm not sure, with the nursing, and I went and I did it, and after that I was completely like done. I was sleeping actually, or I fell asleep in the room where we get everything all gathered up to talk about what everything we've done that day, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. And it frustrated me so much because I always wanted to be a nurse since I'm a little girl. That never changed. That was always on my mind. And then I find out, nope, I can't do that. I don't have the body, the energy for it. And so that didn't work out. So I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? So what happened after that is I was at home and raising Taylor, and the person that was there helped me. It's kind of a job or ready job, or where I had.
Doesn't matter.
It's called, like, I get paid, but it's not like the ladies pay me. I get paid for working for 5 months, and I did that. But again, my energy is really low, so like going for a real true job wouldn't have worked. So that didn't work out. I tried doing Reiki, which is a healing thing that I have done with people. Yeah, I can do it, but I can't do it like
As being a target.
too many times in a day because of my body being weak and everything. So that didn't work out. I did bookkeeping. I tried to class I have a learning disability, so that didn't help out. Um, I tried cabinet making, and I loved that one, but I couldn't pass the exams they were giving me, and they told me that I work too slow. I'm too slow in doing things. Same thing when I was sewing, when I was in high school and they were giving sewing classes. They found me really slow. I was the last to complete. We were making shorts, like
gathering stuff.
shorts, and everybody completed it, but me at the time it was supposed to be completed, so I had to go and complete that. So what I'm saying is everything I was slow on doing. I know that when I was in college in Algonquin taking high school classes, I would be, slow. It'd take me time to get things. Since they knew I had a learning disability, would keep me, put me in a room, specific room where I could take all the time I need to complete it, and then bring it to the teacher. And so I was able to complete until a certain, especially with English, writing stories and making sure things are all ready. I could not complete it, even if it was in French, because I speak both French and English. I read it both French and English, and I write both French and English. But I mean, to make like a story, I mean, words is fine, or writing a little phrase is fine, but making the story or making the things work well for what it didn't have. I couldn't go as high as I needed to get like a DEP or something like that, which is like a diploma from school. So that didn't work well. So I never really worked in my life. I couldn't work just a job like my husband do 9 to 5. I would be not be able to, like, just cleaning my house for me takes my energy away quickly. I cannot clean my whole house. It's not possible. I would be I have been bedridden. Not quite bedridden. I could still get up, go to the bathroom, but I could not walk well. When I went down the stairs, it was agony. When I went up the stairs, it was even worse. There are times I couldn't even get up the stairs. I'd have to ask my husband to push me up the stairs because I couldn't get up the stairs. Even with the railing, I was like pulling myself, dragging myself up the stairs. And it took me a week or more to be able to walk up the stairs properly and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's my fibromyalgia that I got today. So yeah, like I said, my all my kids were premature. Like that, Thomas and Gowan were better. I wasn't too worried about them. They were not that premature like my son Taylor. Again, my body just cannot hold babies for a certain amount, for the time needed, because of my health issues. One day, couple times, they said I could have been close to death in my life, in my adult life. So yeah, life is precious, people. Do whatever you need to do in your life, and don't, like, if I was to follow what every doctor would say, even a nutritionist would say, I wouldn't be eating any food at all, because I have to follow 3 diets already. So because of my small intestinal obstruction, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, last time I went into the hospital, they were getting me prepared to get a bag on my side, or on one of these sides, either my left or my right. They were going to check, but when they went to operate, they said that they didn't have to. So I was lucky then. So I got to be really, really careful what I eat. Yeah, so it's later that I got fibromyalgia and stuff. But anyway, I got fibroids at one point, and I was bleeding internally, and I didn't know. And one day I went to get, I think it's my younger son. And yeah, and what happened then is I felt weak, dizzy. I felt I was gonna faint, but I didn't feel like.
Wow, I just took that in two
So I was
hits.
out of breath when I went to get him, and I was walking, but I was out of breath, like I couldn't breathe well. And she's like, the lady that's watching my son, "Are you okay?" and everything, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, just give me a minute." I didn't know it was that bad. So, well, we all have fibers, but I mean, mine were not working well. Um, so, I brought my son home, and
Yes, I really
I
like
went to
these
see my
guys.
neighbor, and I said to her, "I feel like
They're
crap.
useful if you
Can
want
you
to
keep an
control
eye
you.
on me? Just give me a bit of
School
time, and then
prison.
I'll be better after," she says. I said to her. She says, "Nope, I'm calling the ambulance right now. You look like crap." And yeah, so she sends me to the hospital. I end up in the hospital and find out I have fibroids, and they have to operate right away because I'm bleeding internally. So what they did is they gave me 1 unit of blood before the operation, and I got 2 units of blood during the operation. After, they said if I needed blood, they would give me. I don't think I didn't need any after, but which says that I was losing a lot of blood. So they said if you had waited even an extra day, you could have died. And so um, that's one time. Um, I they took out my uterus, except for my kidneys are still not my kidney, my ovaries are still there, but they took that because trying to remember what happened then. Why they had to take it out?
All right,
Anyways, it was something that within it was going to end. It was
short sword and shield combination.
I could die with that
And
too. It was
20%
giving
damage
me
with the broadsword.
problems.
That's my big sword.
I don't know if it was pains or I can't remember what it was, but I know at one time too that I was feeling numbness in my hands and I felt like weird. Anyway, so they took that out of me.
And your Racer gets 20% in stave damage.
Later after my kids and stuff. They didn't want to take it out right away because they were worried I wanted more kids, and I said no, 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 I'm done with kids. My kids, because the last pregnancy was really, really, really difficult. My little son, handsome, smart boy, yeah, was just, I just I think where he was laying or something, it was really difficult. Yeah. On top of everything, I have allergies, that I didn't have in the past. Now I have allergies. So I take sometimes stuff for it because it's really bad. My eyes could run, my nose can run. I have this dry cough that happens. I don't have it usually, so only when I have my allergies, and it's not a cold because I'm not sick. I don't feel sick. So yeah, I get those issues. And I do have fibromyalgia. I have diabetes on top of that now that I have to take pills for. So
What?
Yeah, I can't work with the health issues that I have. I have, oh yeah, what's called polyps. We all have them too, but mine grows. I got polyps that grows a lot, and I go to the hospital like every 3 months or 6 months, depending. I have to go to the hospital. It's going to be most of my life. I'm sure it's going to be like that until I die. I'm going to be going to the hospital. I've always said the hospital is my second home because I always end up there. It wasn't my small intestinal obstruction, it was something else. I got also thyroid cancer. That's been dealt with. So my doctor, my specialist, she took away, she got all of my thyroids. Because we have some on both sides. She took it all out, so I don't have a thyroid. So my body can't do anything about itself. So I have to take medication, which got stronger, just to handle that. So my body could do things, and I'm sure that because of the radiation and everything that happened in my life, because I took radiation also for my thyroid to make sure it doesn't come back. So and stuff, and then on top of that, I have a bump in my back. My doctor says nothing to worry about right now, but it's something that I have to go look to get it checked out. On the 8th, I have an appointment on the 8th, so I'm going to be going there to see make sure it's not. She doesn't think it's cancerous, but to make sure 100%, she wants me to go. I think it's get an X-ray and stuff to see. But she thinks it's not cancerous. So, yeah. So I have that right now.
Oh, that means I have a skill point.
So my energy is low, and what I do is I do exercise.
As a knight,
in the day, I try to find exercises that's not
strength,
that depends on my body how it works. It's always good to have exercise because the pain, it helps work through the pain too, but slow exercises, nothing too vigorous. Sorry,
Also,
my allergies, I think. So I think I do slow exercises, nothing too vigorous, because it could be too much for my body to take. But yeah, Mark, my friend Mark, he's a good teacher. He knows Kung Fu, so he teaches me Kung Fu, but he knows my limits, so he only does it as much as he believes I can take, which is good because it helps a lot. Like, yeah, and I do that once a week. I really love martial arts, so having someone to be able to teach me is great. So I do have, and even when I'm not with him, because I'm with him once a week for that, when I'm not with him for exercise, I do some exercise. I kind of exercise my body and do a little bit of exercise for my hands, because I got also carpal tunnel syndrome. I have that, so I get pains in my wrists sometimes. Sometimes my hands can get numb. Once in a while, like this morning, my hands, they're better now, but this morning my hands were like numb. Also, my nails break easily. Yeah, they break all the time. They break. I can't have long nails like you see some ladies with the beautiful long nails. I'm talking about the ones that real not nails, not the fake stuff. They get beautiful long nails. I can't. My nails, if they're long, they'll crack right aside. I've had my nails cracked badly down, and just horrible nails. So that, oh, and my diet. There you go. I have, I tried the gluten-free diet because I was having pains every day in my tummy. I still have like this uncomfortable feeling, but it's not like the pains I used to have. So gluten intolerant, I believe I'm gluten intolerant because I've had gluten by accident, like sometimes, and it's not like it doesn't go bad pain, but like or crazy effects on him, like my friend. She takes it a little bit. It can affect her voice, but I don't take it because since I've been off that, I don't have the same pains anymore I used to have in my belly. So also I cannot have any cheese for some reason is fine, but I can't have any other type of milk ingredients. So like yogurt, ice cream, like the milk itself, I can't have. Most cottage cheese, forget it. No. Sour cream, all that stuff that you guys, the people that can eat it, eat. Well, that's good. You're lucky because I can't. And also I have low residue diet that a nutritionist in the hospital told me to continue because of my small obstruction, because I had so much operations, because my intestine is damaged, because they removed a big amount of it, and some of them had to take it out, put it together. Anyways, it's been worked at so much that my skin is very thin, and my doctors are scared to operate on me. So I have to follow a special diet or end up in a hospital getting a bag for the rest of my life. Might still happen because of my small intestinal issues, but I'm trying to slow the progress, so that it doesn't get worse, or try not to get worse. Like, I'm eating as healthy as I can and as good as I can, but I can't have broccoli, cauliflower, any green vegetable that is good for diabetes. That's where I have the issues. What am I supposed to do? The green powder, I'm worried it'll do the same thing to your system because, anyway. So in the low residue diet, you don't eat that stuff. They still say to try to have the other, like I'll eat, that's okay, an avocado, I'll eat that. But a lot of the roughage, like broccoli, cauliflower, salad, spinach, kale, and all those things. Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. I had them. I know not everybody likes it, but I like it. It has like a sweet taste. Can't eat that. So like I'm stuck with a very strict. I can't have anything like. I can't have strawberries. I can't have berries because they have seeds in it. I can't eat peaches, pears, fruit like that because there's when you eat that, it's like it's rough inside. Can't eat that. It hurts my tummy. Um, Certain apples I cannot eat because they're too acid and it hurts. Not acid here. No, it goes into my tummy and I get lots of pain again with that. So a lot of time I'll like cook an apple just to eat an apple. Um, yes, a lot of people say no, it takes up. You shouldn't do that. It takes up the vitamins, but what they don't understand is because of my chronic pain, because of my damage I have no choice um, to do it like that. So yeah, as I got older, it got worse. So like I never worked really had like a constant job in my life because of this. And I tried classes and stuff like that. Might have forgot some stuff that I done and stuff, but yeah. And there's no way I can work today with everything I have today with the fibromyalgia and the other stuff. No. Even cleaning my house is a chore for me. It's really hard to keep my house clean the way I want it because of my health issues. Um, some people don't or have a difficult time understanding this. Um, my mother's well, she understands me not so bad because she was there when I had leukemia, so she kind of understands a little better. But she's like, well, if you clean only a little bit every day, it'll always stay clean. The thing she doesn't get is there's days that it could be 3 or 4 days where I'm feeling really bad, um, and not feeling good, and it could be because of my thyroid and because my body it has so many issues that I don't know what it could be. So it could be my thyroid that I cannot do anything for a couple days. So it could happen 3 days, and then things piled up. Plus with my son being here, so things piled up, the dishes piled up, and stuff, or sleeping or something. I have to wait because until I can do it. So yeah, it's frustrating. Like being having chronic pain. So it's hard for some people to understand really what you have to go through every day, unless they're there, um, or they're to know. Like my husband's mother would say that I was lazy. But it's not that I was in because she'd say you sleep a lot, then oh yeah, I have the depression on top of that. Yeah, I forgot about I said I have depression. I've had depression since, and I can't say it's chronic depression because I've had it since I was a child, around 12. Because I think all the cancer and everything just got to me at some point, and I was in a very abusive home, which I got out with help with my grandfather and my father. So my father left that place, and so we in the end. So all that can affect me today, and so yeah, I've been
I've not come across a campfire yet.
like this most of my life. So I'm also thinking of getting a oh God, those special dogs that help with that because there are times I can get really dizzy. I got the person, I was shaking like really bad and everything, and I was told that it's in diabetes. You get that when your blood sugar is too low. Because I said as long as I would drink something or eat something, I'd start feeling a little bit better. So yeah, a service dog. That's right. I was trying to say. Um, so yeah, so like most of my life, it's been like this chronic pain, and so um, yeah, now I have to deal with diabetes on top of that. So it's not easy. It's very hard, and because my diet is very strict and it's crazy. It's crazy, people. Um, so yeah, I don't wish anybody to have stuff like this, and it's very hard to get
I
through.
don't think yours had as many hostiles.
It's also like I have very hard time sleeping. That's the other thing. I can't sleep. Some nights I had a couple times in my recent years that I would I would be up awake almost all night long. It happened once. I don't know if it's once, but I've been a couple of times awake all night long and then up all day long. There's times that I go to bed I fall asleep like at 4 in the morning, and then I'm up usually in the morning sometime, 9, 10, 11 maybe. So my sleep is horrible, which also can affect diabetes, but also all the other issues that I've had in my life could have helped me have diabetes. Plus, there's diabetes in the family, which doesn't help. But because of all my health issues, it doesn't help me either. So that's the thing. So yeah, like I don't know what to say. Anything. I'm trying to see if there was anything that I'm missing, but yeah. So I'm always having something wrong with me, and so yeah. Don't know what's next, but for now I have a lot of stuff I have to deal with already. So yeah, so my low energy. I don't know. Like my friend was saying that it's it's not sleepiness. She says it's chronic fatigue. I don't know. Could be. I'm not saying I don't believe her. It's not that, but I just don't know. I've not been diagnosed. But she says that chronic fatigue goes hand in hand with fibromyalgia. So she's saying that I have it. But also, I remember my father having sleeping issues. He would be up like from 2 and on. He'd sleep until 2, and then I don't know what time he'd go to bed, like 10 maybe. I don't know. But he would be up all night. He did some scrapbooking. That's something he liked to do at night. So I have that issue where I can't sleep. And even if I get off my computer early, I've tried it just to see. I can stay in bed. And my phone, I don't have my phone upstairs with me. It's always down here. So it's not because of phone or anything. I will be up. I've been up until 4, tossing and turning. So that doesn't work. So I found the best for me, and that's for me. I'm not saying everybody else is different. Is to be up on my computer until I start feeling tired. Go upstairs to my bedroom, because I also take pills that help relax my body, because I can get. I was getting like nightmares every night, constant nightmares because of again things that went in my life in the past. Um, so I have a German doctor had prescribed some stuff for me to help me my body relax, and so I take that at night for early, good many hours before I bed, many hours, like take it at 8, and I try to, if I don't forget, yeah, I try, but I can be up, it depends, I can be up until 1, go to sleep, or I can end up be up until 3 or 4, and then sleep for a while, or not sleep, or sleep a little bit in the morning, and then I'm up the rest of the day. It really, my cycle is all over the place, and so yeah. Mm, so yeah, and so it's just crazy difficult. Anyways, I think I'm done because I think I don't have much to say else. If anything comes up, I can talk about it. So yeah, thanks to you for watching. Hope this video is not too long for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.